So, what's up, everyone? Today we have an EMA in our own Telegram group with our founder and our dev, Hulk. Um, Hulk is basically doing this Docs EMA also so that we can get the Docs badge on Pink Sale. Like I said, if you guys do have any questions, feel free to just ask them. You guys can also send me a DM so I can read your message because we obviously locked the chat base because we wanted people to get in the EMA. Hulk, maybe you want to introduce yourself before we start, like who you are, what your experience is in crypto and all that.
Yeah, so basically, my real name's Mark, but I'm Hulk. I'm the owner of Hulk's Gems Calls. I'm the developer and founder of Pawstar Coin. I've been in the crypto space for around 4 years now. Mainly on my channel. I've not done many projects, to be honest. I've helped a lot, I've incubated a lot, but I've never. I might have done maybe a one stealth a while ago, but I've never done a project on this scale before.
Got you. And what was the main reason for you doing the project now?
The main reason is there's just loads of shit in the space. I wanted something that I can build on the community, and obviously I'm good friends with a very good developer, so he's developed a utility, which I think's fantastic as well. So I thought it's something I could build on. I mean, at the beginning of Pawstars, I'm going to be honest, I did sign a non-disclosure agreement with a massive token. We've already announced them with a token locker. I can't say who it is. And we were supposed to be having all the utility. This would have flew. This would have gone over 5-10 million market cap if it all played out. But unfortunately, it didn't. And we wasted a little bit of money with them. But the whole point of this project was just, there was a lot of, you guys have probably seen it with the pre-sale stage and the whitelist stage. Like, it was hyped, everybody wanted it. Like, it was massive. I've not seen anything like it for a while, and that's what I wanted. So the answer to your question is I wanted a bullish project where we can have a great community. Everyone can come as one, make money in the meantime, and obviously just keep progressing and get as high as we can. But it's mainly just to build a massive community and smash the market, to be honest with you.
So you did mention something about the utilities. I think the utilities are the main thing that our community might be a bit confused about. So I do want to ask you a bit about the utilities because so far the hype that we've got and just as you said, because the pre-sale was really hyped. I do believe that a lot of people might not really understand what Pawstar is all about because they mainly see
So with
a lot of
Pawstar, we've
yeah.
got
Go ahead.
massive amounts of utility. So we've got everything from a sniper bot to a wallet, our own blockchain. NFTs are ready to come out. We've got loads, everything's on the website. But because it's BSC, with BSC, not a lot of people are interested in utility. With BSC, it's mainly Moonboy. Everybody just wants a quick exit, fast. And that's how it's always been, just fast. So that's another reason why, obviously, bridging to WEEF's a good idea as well, because they will use the utility and they will push the utility, which will bring eyes onto the BSC.
So is that also the main reason why you decided to go on ETH, or is it more of a strategic move which you haven't really explained yet?
Yeah. So as everybody knows, I'm as honest as they'll get. I'm straight to the point. So with our BSC, we spent, and myself, obviously, also you spent a lot of money, the marketing wallet, everything. We spent a lot on trending, trying to push it. We didn't really concentrate on call channels, but it was mainly trending. Like, you got things like Baby Doge, $10,000, CMC top 2, nearly $9,000, Ave, $4,500. Like, with the buybacks as well when people are selling, because people sell 4 BNB, we try and buy it back, and then we're burning $15,000, we're burning $8,000, $4,000. Like, everything was just to keep the hype going. So what's happened in the end of it, the last thing that we need to do is exchanges. And you go to an exchange, a decent exchange that's going to bring volume to your project, you're paying 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. So I'm not being funny. We don't have that sort of money on BSC to do that, which is one of the reasons why we need to do an ETH raise.
I think you touched on something which is mainly one of the reasons why we're also doing EMAs at all, because people might not understand what your positioning is in the market. So I also wanted to ask you another thing. Like you mentioned spending the budget from, marketing wallet and all that, but let's say that there is no money coming in. Would you be able to push it with just private funds?
Sorry, we're breaking up then, mate.
So what I was saying was, so let's say that the marketing wallet isn't really getting any money. Would you be able to actually push it from private funds?
Well, that's what I have been doing. Like, you don't understand how many tokens I've had in my wallets and what I've burnt and stuff. Like, because to me, it goes against my name. I cannot allow the project to fail because I just look like a clown, which I don't want to do. So you just keep buying, but you can only buy so much before you exhaust yourself.
I understand. So let's talk about the ETH launch. Like, what are your expectations about the ETH launch, and how do you think it's going to benefit people buying on ETH and people that already bought on BSC? Like, what's the connection between ETH and BSC?
Right. So basically, anything that happens on ETH, whatever we raise, whatever we do, some of it will be going towards BSC. I'm not going to lie to the ETH investors. Probably the majority of people who invest in the ETH are going to be our current holders. We've got 1,000 holders. We've got quite a lot of holders. We've got a strong community. So we're going to have to be using some of the funds to push up BSC. The idea is to get both prices the same. But my main plan is to get BSC to a new all-time high and beyond. And the ETH boys, they'll hold. ETH's doing fantastic at the minute. Obviously, any holders that we've got now will get a 5% ETH airdrop as well. Obviously, if we do a massive raise, there'll be a massive amount of buyback, which we'll be using for both ETH and BSC. So it's a no-brainer. And once we both bridge together, it'll be perfect. So, for example, right, you've got your own call channel. I come to you for a call for my ETH. On that call channel, I'll be asking you to post a BSC as well. So if you're not an ETH investor but you see it, you'll see that it's got a BSC link as well. We'll be doing the same on Twitter. When it's trending again, obviously people will be joining the Telegram channel, the Telegram chat. They'll see that it's got both networks, BSC and ETH, and people will buy both. It's the way it works. What we're not going to do is what other projects have done and just say, right, okay, we've done what we've done with BSC. Now we're going to go to ETH and then we're going to destroy that as well. We're not going to do that. We're going to bring both of them together, both communities together, and we're going to pump. We're going to do well.
So one thing that people might be, I wouldn't say disappointed about, but one thing that people might be afraid of is the fact that BSC, I mean, it held up for quite a while. Let's not lie about that. Like we've done a pretty good job at keeping BSC alive. It's done multiple access, but I do understand from a certain point of view that people might be like, okay, but the BSC one, it didn't go as expected. So what would be a different strategy for you as a dev to utilize for the ETH launch? Like, how would it be different?
Because this time we're doing exchanges. This time I won't spend $10,000, $20,000 on partnerships that don't work.
Understood. All right, that's actually a really good point, because from my point of view, ETH is also
do you know where I feel like we messed up? And I'm being honest, I feel like we messed up with certain partnerships. We shouldn't have paid for them. Everything else we've done, you go through all the marketing that we've done, everything's to a point. Everything we've done is perfect. trending everywhere. I've took no profits. You've took no profits. Nobody has took any profits from it. The wallets are all there to be checked. Everything is bang on what we did. How we didn't reach millions on this market, on this BSC, is beyond me. So the last thing, what I think we need to do is exchanges. And I think exchanges will just take both BSC and ETH massive.
Understood.
It was holding for how long have we been launched for? Look, did you see the chart? It was just holding. Like a couple of people were dropping off that were bored, but the majority of people were holding and accumulating as well. And yeah, because I announced this and they didn't read it properly, because I announced the ETH, they did jump out and obviously dumped the.
You're breaking up a bit. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, it's my phone went off.
All right, no problem.
A little bit.
Anyway,
Yeah.
can you still hear me?
No, you're going off a bit, brother.
Can you still? All right. So anyway, another thing that people might be asking is, where did the idea? All right, you know what? How about you just fix your connection and I'll just continue from here until you're back. Like maybe just turn your TG off and on again, or I don't know, your internet maybe, or maybe he's doing it already while I'm talking. Anyway, guys, another thing worth noticing is just as Hulk said, so he made the announcement, and a lot of people might have taken it as, okay, you're launching on ETH, so the BSC one might be neglected. But it's very important because you have to understand, he already mentioned that the BSC one and the ETH one will basically be a bridge, like they'll be bridged, which basically means that if ETH does well, BSC will do well as well. Like he's not saying that both chains will be independent. He's saying both chains will be interconnected, which is something which you should, which a lot of people might not understand, but is actually very bullish when you think about it. Because from my point of view, ETH has a lot more investors. It has a lot more volume, and if you position yourself well in the space, then it's going to be a lot more effective than just BSC. So that's kind of my opinion. I'm kind of based on that, biased. I mean, but like I mentioned in other VCs and other EMAs. So for those of you who haven't really participated in those VCs, what I always say is you have two hands. Well, most people do. But anyway, on the left hand, you count all the things that um, are negative about the project, and on the right one, you count all the things that are positive. So if you do that and you basically weigh all options in, then from my point of view, the right one, which is the positive one, will weigh more because, for example, the ETH launch is basically something new. People like it when a project launches because that means that they can get in early. So it will bring more eyes on us. We have almost 7K people in RTG. A lot of people have missed the BSC launch, so they're quiet. They're not happy about that. So what are they gonna do? Two options for them. The first one is they're just gonna ignore the ETH one, and they're just gonna look at the chart and be like, okay, I missed it again. Or they're gonna buy the ETH launch because they already missed the BSC one and they don't want to miss this one. So that's two different perspectives. Another thing which might be bullish as well, and by the way, guys, for those of you who just got in, yes, we are holding a Doxed EMA with Hulk. His connection broke off for a bit, but he'll be back. So he said my battery died. Is it ook now? Come back. So let's see if he's gonna come back. If not, then I'm just gonna continue. But anyway, like I said about the hands that you have to weigh in, on the left hand is a lot of people, like the majority who got out, might be disappointed because they thought, okay, BSC one is going to be pushed by the team, and they think that ETH is not the best choice. But you know, it's the same with every other project. You can't please everyone. Like everybody loves a green candle, and they see a red one, they step out. But what you can expect from here is basically once the ETH launch is successful and the team basically secures a decent amount of funds, then it will basically go towards marketing, like what it's intended for. And that's also why I asked Hulk the very question that I did ask him, which was, you know, what are you going to do with the funds? Like, how is it going to benefit the BSC holders? And he answered it with, he's going to continue using personal funds as well as the marketing funds to keep pushing it. So that's very bullish in my opinion, because when you see a lot of other projects, there's a lot of marketing, that is being done, which isn't cost effectively. And when you look at, for example, Pawstar, the main reason why it didn't. I'm sorry, Hulk is back. So Hulk, can you put your cam on again? Because I was basically just
Sorry
chatting.
about that. My battery went.
All right, don't worry about it. So as I was saying, guys, the main reason why Ballstar didn't go as expected at first was also due to the marketing that was done. By the way, Hulk, I'm just gonna mute for a sec because I can hear myself clear. All right, I can hear myself better now. So as I was saying, like as he mentioned, we signed an NDA with a partner, and they didn't really held their end of the bargain up, which is also why things didn't go as expected. But from the rest of the marketing, which has been done, everything has been spent accordingly to what was on the marketing wallet. So as you can see in the previous post, it was also mentioned that all the funds which will be, received by the team will also be spent on marketing. And one thing that you do have to keep in mind, which is very, very bullish in my opinion, is now that Pawstar will be on both chains, more people will be attracted towards buying, which is something that everybody wants. Everybody wants more buying pressure. Everybody wants more investors to get in. And now you will have it. Why is that? That's mainly because there are a lot of people who are only on BSC, and there are also a lot of people who are only on ETH. But now, both of those types of investors will be able to buy Pawstar. So, from everything that you just heard, if you're still not bullish about it, then you just don't get it, because this is actually a very strategic move from the team's end. Because now, when we do marketing, everything will be more effective. So, that's also why I mentioned that it's all about perspective. Like one person may think, oh, but I already invested in BSC and now they're launching on ETH. And I understand that in a lot of other projects, it's basically, BSC is done. Now they will continue on ETH, but in this case, it will be bridged. So to those of you who see the BSC price right now, I'm about to tell you something which is no financial advice, so please do not take it as financial advice, but listen to the following thing that I'm about to say. If the ETH launch is successful and raises more than the current market cap, then people are going to arbitrage it, which basically means that they're going to buy into BSC so that they can get the same price on ETH, because then they will be profitable. So as soon as ETH launches, there will be eyes on us from experienced traders, so actually seasoned traders who are going to buy into BSC, and they will want to benefit from the price actions, from the price movements that both chains will have at the same time. And we will have our own bridge, for example, guys, which is also something that is very bullish. So we won't depend on any other third party. It will be our own bridge, which was developed by our own developers. So it all just makes sense if you look at the broader picture. It all makes sense in a very strategic way, because a lot of projects are just standing still. Like they don't think about innovation, and Pawstar does. And Pawstar does with utilities, Pawstar does with in terms of marketing. Because one thing that I find very professional and also very bullish about Hulk is the fact that he admits mistakes. He's not going around saying, okay, we did this because we wanted it and because it's a good move. No, he basically admitted that he made a mistake in terms of marketing. Like I haven't heard any dev say that in a VC or in an EMA. Like I have never heard any dev say that. Like I don't know about you guys, but I haven't. So the fact that he said that, it just makes me as an investor very bullish, because that means that he's a reasonable dev. He's somebody who learns from mistakes, and that's what you need as a when you're an investor. You need someone who looks at the market and who thinks, okay, this is happening right now. How do I adjust? How do I react to it? Because crypto is a numbers game. Like it's all chess. Like it's you're playing digital chess with the entire space. And to have a dev that actually thinks strategically, that is very bullish, guys. So I know we were supposed to have Hilk as the dev and speak here, um but I just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys as well, because I can understand that some people might not understand it at first, but like I said, it's the broader
No,
picture that you have to look at. What's up,
what you
Hill?
said,
Can you still hear
what you
us?
said's perfect. Yeah. What you said's perfect, mate. It's bang on. Look, my signal's gonna go because of where I am. I'm going over in like the countryside, so I'm gonna have to chip out here. But I'll get this here set up with a doc squad and then we'll smash it. Don't worry.
Any last words before you go?
I love you all. Keep holding. Buy this dip and let's make shitloads of money.
All right, got you. I'm about to stop the recording. Recording will be stopped any second.